I'm gonna be honest, the power's out in my house and that's why I'm doing this video, because I haven't picked up the camera in months. But it's been a good break. I think I just went way too hard, way too fast. If you can hear that, I'm so sorry, my blinders. I'm gonna fix it. I do miss picking up the camera. There are a few times now that I've thought of picking up the camera, but it just hasn't felt right. And then I realized there's never going to be a right time to pick up the camera, which is silly. And I miss editing and stuff, even though I think I've gotten worse with wanting to look at my face, but that's fine. As you can tell, well, maybe you can't tell if this is your first time. You can tell behind me that there are now 3 bookshelves. I got one for Christmas. Did I record me putting it up and putting all the books in there? No. So I'm doing it now. Okay, on the very top shelf, we've got the Quill Prints, the special edition, and we've got the special edition of Immortal Dark and some candles. It used to be in another place in my room prior to moving the shelves, but this is really this vinyl cover. It is Knocked Loose and their last album, and a candle. So over to our left, over here, we've got the Twilight series and the Twilight Director's Notebook, and we've got a cute candle that I got from TK Maxx, and then I've got a blind box Pokemon up there. Hunger Games, Hush Hush series. I don't know where the first Beautiful Creatures book is, but that's there. I've got the Serpent and the Wings of Night clay pot, an LED candle, another Pokemon, and some Lego flowers. And then that series is by Alexandra Harvey. It's a vampire, a very old series. And then we have my special edition of Dracula with the bat sprayed edges. I absolutely adore it. So we've got the House of Night series over here. We've got Pokemon, Pumpkin Candle, some of the Fallen series, but not really. I don't really know what happened there. These 2 books, they are men trapped in ice. Men? I don't know, but they're trapped in ice. These 2 people find them and they're in some sort of game, some sort of war game. I don't really know. Beastly, Maze Runner series, Mortal Instruments, book 1. Haven't read it. The Witcher, The Last Witch, The Last Wish, have not read it. Drosera Legacy, haven't read it. Laura Thalassa, Rhapsodic, haven't read it. Beautiful Disaster. Now, I know that there is slander surrounding this book, but I have the... Ooh. Is this the OG copy? I hate that he fucking calls her Pigeon. Oh, I hate it so much. I'm not going to reread this. I'm just going to live in peaceful harmony. This was a 2012 copy. And then I have the first book at Up Divergent, which I got at like a book swap thing. Propagated Plant, not mummified, what's the word? It's a little mouse heart that I got from an Oddities and Curiosities expo. Claimed by J.R. Ward, haven't read. The Betrayals by Bridget Collins, haven't read. Struggle, these are a struggle. I don't know why I bought this one. I didn't even finish that one. Haven't read. Read audibly? Confused. Ninth House, haven't read. Shadow and Bone, haven't read. A Far Wilder Magic, haven't read. Harper Soul, loved. The Fake Mate, loved. Pride, loved. Quicksilver, I feel like the only reason I remember his name is because it's Kingfisher, and that's an interesting name. It's not like a normal name. I'm in between one of these books. No, am I reading the 3rd book? Am I in the middle of this book? I can't tell you, but I bought them. And then we've got the Kingdom of the Wicked series. It just got sillier and sillier, I'm not gonna lie to you. Black Candle, Sorcery of Thorns, and then we've got the little Mysteries of Thorn Manor. Adore. Well, did I actually adore it? Not really. I have it facing this way because, I don't know, I kind of like the art. Not kinda, I do like the art. I like that that's the way that it is. And I got a little cute Lego plant. Reckless. Oh, What You Could Have Been. Powerful, haven't read. Powerless, just completely, like 2 completely different books. Like, that is closer in size to the novella than it is to Powerless, but I digress. And then we've got the 3 typical white ladies. These 2 V.E. Schwab books. Never have I read a V.E. Schwab. Cute little Lego plant, cute little Lego plant. This book put me in a reading slump for like 3 months. This was hard to get through. It says that it's a romance, and yet No romance was to be found until maybe that much at the end of the book. Anyway, that killed me. That absolutely killed me. A Tempest of Tea, haven't read. This was okay. Haven't read. Soft DNF. Haven't read. Liked. Loved. Adored. Think about to this day. Really liked Juniper and Thorn, actually. Haven't read. The first one is back over there. Hexed. Haven't read. Hooked. Read and enjoyed. And then we have the cutest. I don't know if you can see it. But it's one of those book vases my partner got it for me for Christmas. It's just the cutest. And he also got me these flowers, not in the same gift, but a while ago, and then I was like, oh my god, perfect. Lee Bardugo, The Familiar. Haven't read, but have this copy because I just really fuck with it. Propagated plant, 0. Big plant, going really well. I love this plant. A little Cubone, he's in a Pokeball. Little Oogie Boogie. And my recent obsession, these have been my recent obsession. I genuinely, I love it so much. I love them so much. And I think it really fits this series aesthetic. And then we've got loved, haven't read. Loved, despised. Read, unsure. Definitely not read. But I own them. Loved, adored. Currently reading the next one. Loved and adored. Clearly I'm not reading this one yet. Loved and adored. And I stand by that. Actually, it got a bit confusing towards the end. We've got the special editions of Emily Watt's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Halfway through the second book, which is why it's not there. The entire This Woven Kingdom series. Insane. Haven't read. Enjoyed. Haven't read. I'm too scared. Soft DNF. Haven't read. Loved. Really want to get the second one. Have I read this one? Yes, I have. It did leave on a cliffhanger, but I'm clearly not interested enough right now to read the second one, but I do have it. Loved. Haven't read. Loved. Will die for. Fine. And then the special editions and plant, another plant. Oh no! Haven't read. These Hollow Bears, haven't read. The Dagger and the Flame, haven't read. But I did have a good laugh with a good friend of mine about this book. It was mostly slander. Vespertine, haven't read. Tried to read it, started to read it, stopped. Bought the second book. Bought, haven't read. I can't say I can even remotely remember when I bought these, but these are like the OG. Haven't read. Soft DNF, haven't read. Are you sensing a theme here? Because I am. Haven't read. I don't even want to own this book, to be honest. Read, very annoyed. Silly book. Silly book. Haven't read. I've gotten a sizable way through this, to be honest. Haven't read. Oh, no, have read. What? This maybe subbed my eyes out. Haven't read this one. Haven't read. Started reading, stopped reading, haven't read. Have read this entire series. I just don't own the last two yet. And then haven't read. Let's start with Elsie Silver. Read. Haven't read. Magnolia Parks, haven't read. Read. Loved. Read. Haven't read. Read, not bad. And then we've got a mishmash of books, but I have read The Invocations, Class of Hollow, Night Bitch, Bunny, which is not in here, You. I didn't actually know You was becoming a show when I first read this book, and I really enjoyed it, but it is different. Obviously the show is different to the book. I like the book version better, but I digress. Haven't read any of these, actually, except for the ones I just pointed out. And then we've got JJK, and 1 volume of Tokyo Ghoul, and 2 Pokemon, empty shelf. Cat toy, because he runs this joint. So that was the bookshelf tour. My SD card is saying that I only have 2 minutes left of footage to film, which is interesting because I don't think I have anything on this SD card, but I'm going to wrap this video up. I don't know how long it is. I don't even know when it's really going to be uploaded. I assume when I edit it. But I have been balls deep in planning for Japan. We go in April for like 3 weeks, and I've been hyper fixating on it. I made a Notion page and everything. I learned how to use Notion for that specific task because I don't know how to work Notion. So sorry if you can hear me breathing in a lot of those clips. I'm not actually sure. I'm just gonna go with it because I'm far too hypercritical of everything that I put on the internet. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you're having a good day, a good night, a good evening, a good morning, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next video.